Hi, my name is Noel Davis with World Composting, and today we're going to look at the hamster bin that has red wigglers in it and see how it's doing. Now, if you just saw my video on the African nightcrawler bin, you'll notice that I had corn growing in this system. And I bet the same thing is happening here. I have not checked it, but I almost guarantee that some of the corn seeds that were in my hamster's cage have made it into this system as well. And we're going to see how much corn is growing in here and how these worms are doing. I do have a little bit of food that we could put in, and I might actually add some of the bags that I've been saving these the used hamster bedding in, so that way I can kind of get rid of those as well into these systems. So with that, let's take a look and see how this system is doing. All right, here's our system here. You can see that our last date was 3/14 and today is 3/30. That is 16 days. So between updates here, and we did add some bedding last time, so let's go ahead and open this up and flip this over. First off, not a lot of moisture here on the surface, just a little bit on this side. Looks like we do have a cocoon right here, though, right on the bin lid, which is fairly unique. I've never seen that before in my systems. We also have some of these little bugs here. I don't know. And then we've got some mites on there as well. If you can see those, you can see one of the ones just crawling around there. So overall, looks okay. A little bit dry maybe, but which is surprising since last time I felt that there was plenty of moisture. And look at all of the plants that are in here. As I said, this is corn that's growing. At least I'm pretty sure it's corn. I don't know what else this could be that's growing like this, except for the corn that we added. So we're going to go ahead and actually, let me just show you right here. You can see the little thing right here. We did feed on this side. So we're going to go ahead and just sort of rip this out. Look at that. Roots and all. It's going to rip that out. We're going to go ahead and take a look at this side. Look at that. They're growing really well in here. And you can see the corn now, the corn seeds on here. So you can see them right there and right here. So this is definitely the corn from the hamster cage. Worms intertwined all through here. System looks pretty good. Plenty of moisture, I think, although when we add more dry material, we're going to need to add more moisture, I'm sure. Let's just kind of turn this over, though, and take a look. So you can see in here, plenty of a massive root system from these plants. We're going to have to definitely flip these over and try to bury these underneath so they stop growing. But worms in here look pretty good. No odor, really. But you can see they're really not eating these aspen shavings that are in here. They're really eating the other material, but they're leaving these shavings right behind. It's sort of disappointing that they're not able to break those down. There's a little bit of paper bedding left in here, but not a whole lot. We're going to keep flipping this over. Tons of worms right down here at the bottom, as you can see. Just a lot of worms in here. They look nice and healthy and big. If you're trying to grow large worms, this is definitely the way to go for fishing. I mean, I'm pretty sure that these are my reds. I don't think any other worms have made them in here. So that one looks kind of big for a red. But the worms are just doing really well in here. Let's just keep flipping this over here. Again, look at that. Almost a ball of worms right there. But they're leaving behind all of these aspen shavings. They're not working on those really at all. But every flip in here, just more and more worms. Let's go ahead and bury that back over here now. Let's just dig on the other side here. Again, look at this. You can just see the worms in here are just so healthy. There's tons of microbial activity. There's tons of food for them to eat. Let's just move that over. Dig on this side now. You can just see more worms. Here's that mango shell. But look at that. Just tons and tons and tons of worms in here. They're doing great. It does look a little bit too moist in here. I think we're going to try to skip watering. So, but we are going to have to add, I think, a little bit of something for them to eat. I think that they will be able to eat these corn plants. But look at this. I mean, you can just see there's just a ton of worms in this material here. They're just doing really, really well. I just wish that this was a little bit less sticky, really. I mean, you can hear it. But that's where we're going to fold these underneath. I think we are going to put in a bag. Bug trying to get in there. Just going to go ahead and we're going to move this over to this side. Just like this. This is the opposite side of what we were on before. Hopefully I'm not killing two worms with scraping like this, but you can just see, I mean, they just all look incredibly healthy. I mean, none of my other bins have really looked with worms this size, especially for reds, this healthy. They really don't. If you have worms that look this healthy in your regular system with just cardboard, let me know down in the comments on what you're doing that might be different than what I'm doing with mine. Because mine never, even in my urban worm bags, which, or my vermi bag, which has worms, I mean, they look healthy, but never this healthy. Normally they look a little bit smaller, a little bit more worn down. So, all right, so there we go. We've got that up here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a bag. So this bag's been sitting. It has a little bit of, let me just put it down over here in the light, a little bit of stuff down in there. So we're going to go ahead and fold this and just shove this in the bottom here, just like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to just bury this in here. This is hopefully going to absorb some of that water. There's a little bit of food left in there that, of course, they can eat the bag. But this is going to be their food source along with these corn plants that are here, is my hope. And that way this will try to dry this out a little bit and hopefully give them a little bit something else to eat. I don't really have any of the any stuff ready to go for them at this time, so unfortunately I can't just add, you know, a good amount of material or something like that. I'm going to stop using these aspen shavings also in my system. My hamster doesn't really care for them. The worms don't like them. I don't see what the point is of using them. So we're going to stop that. Might be a little bit more careful with this corn. I did not realize this was going to sprout like that. But there you go. There you go. You can really see those seeds right there. You know, those 2 corn seeds, and that the roots are just popping out of them like crazy. So apparently this is really good stuff to grow in. As I said, though, I'm using also the different glove simply because I'm just trying to be very careful about not, you know, I have no idea what's really in this as far as pet waste. You know, it should be safe, but I'm just not taking any chances. I don't recommend you do either unless you really, really want to. So that's why I'm doing it this way with a separate glove that I'm going to wash off before I use my other systems, although I have a couple years left with this hamster. And I'm going to go ahead and peel this tape off over here and move it back over to this side to show that we fed on that side. Nice, easy system. You know, we didn't add a lot, but that's all we're going to add for now. And with that, we're going to go ahead and put the lid back on. This was a quick update on this system. It's looking pretty good. We'll see if we have any more corn sprouting up in here as we come back to it. But with that, that is about it. So thank you for watching. And let me know what you think down in the comments. And if you have any suggestions, or if your worms are doing as well as this in a system without hamster bedding or a bedding such as rabbit waste or something like that, let me know down in the comments on what you're doing to get your worms looking this healthy. So with that, thank you for watching, and please keep composting.